is to you. Welcome to the video, my dudes. In this one, I'm going to tell you all about how we traveled an epic place called Cebu in the Philippines. So we traveled to 4 main areas. We had such a great time and I'm excited to share it with you. Okay, so along this journey, we went from Cebu City to Mualboal, to Oslob, to Panglao Island, or the area of Bohol. You can fit in much more traveling if you're feeling really adventurous, but for us, this was just about the right amount of time to really enjoy all the places that we were at, especially within the 1 week. This trip included lots of water activities like snorkeling, swimming, canyoneering, but if you're not that into water, don't worry because there's plenty of beautiful sights to see as well. So from Cebu City to Mualboal, we took a van around noon. So the van took us 2 to 2.5 hours. Do ask a local at your hostel to advise you where to get the van, as it's a little bit cheaper than the bus and I think it's a bit quicker. The first thing we did in Mualboal was to go snorkeling to see the sardines and other little fish. So we just rented a snorkel from our hostel for about 50 Filipino pesos. You could bring your own as well, obviously. And then for this kind of thing, you don't particularly need a tour, just because once you head towards the beach, you're going to be able to see the sardines all along the coastline. Swimming with the sardines is actually really cool. They're a little hard to see sometimes because they're really small, but it's super fun. Secondly, we went canyoneering. We booked a canyoneering tour with our hostel. We paid 1,500 pesos, which included breakfast, lunch, and also the equipment we're going to need, like a life vest, helmet, wet shoes if you needed them. And to me, that was actually really good value for the tour because it was 3 to 4 hours and it was so fun. To get to Oslob from Mualboal, we had to take 2 buses. So we took one bus which brought us down along the western coastline to a place called Bato, before getting another bus which would then take us around the south coast and up to Oslob on the southeast. And now the total cost for these 2 buses was 130 pesos. That is amazingly cheap. The main reason we came to Oslob was to see the famous whale sharks. So we booked this whale sharks tour with our hostel. They brought us down to the sea at about 5 AM in the morning with transport in a little tricycle, which is pretty fun. They gave us a snorkel, life vest, everything we were going to need before bringing us out on the boat. And then once we were on the boat, it literally took us 5 minutes to just move out a little bit into the sea, and then they told us where to get into the water so that we could see the whale sharks. So how this works is that the people on the boats and the people who operate the tours feed the whale sharks food, which is why they're attracted to the location. The tour operators do make sure you don't get too close to the whale sharks or try and touch them, which is very good. We stayed in the water for about 20 minutes, but this was enough time. You got to see so much of the whale sharks. We were really close to them. We went at a really good time because once it hits about 8 AM, it gets so busy. So later that day, we planned on leaving Oslob and heading to Panglao Island. We got the owners of the hostel to organise us to be able to get the boat at the local price of 800 pesos instead of the tourist price of 1,000 pesos. This is a rather uncommercial operation as the locals operate these boats just by themselves. So there's little to no safety, but ultimately we had no problems at all. The boat was fine. There was space to lie down if you get a little seasick like me, which is really comforting. And the boat only took us about 2 to 3 hours in total to get to Panglao Island. So we stayed on Panglao Island, and for our stay here we rented scooters for 2 full days for about 350 pesos per scooter per day. And on top of that, the gas was really cheap as well, so it was so cost effective to do that. And this gives you so much freedom compared to going on the tours all the time, because the tours will bring you to all the tourist attractions, which is fine. But this was much cheaper for us and we could spend so much more time exploring rather than just sitting on the bus, because riding a scooter is really fun, and it just means it gives you that freedom that you can stop where you want to. So for example, when we went to Chocolate Hills and the towns along the way, that took us about 2 hours each way, but because we were on scooters we were able to just stop whenever we wanted to take a break or to just stop at the local towns, buy some fruit, which was really good. One tip is, if you're doing this, you gotta make sure you bring lots of sun cream and long sleeve clothing and sunglasses, because or else you're probably gonna get a little bit sunburned or get absolutely scalded with sunburn. So we also saw primates in Bohol, and we went to an adventure park to zipline a height of 120 meters for about 520 meters in distance, which that was so cool. First time doing anything really like that, so yeah, that was class. Staying on Panglao Island was a great choice for us, as it was right by the beach and was really chill, and also it meant that getting to Bohol was still very easy because we were able to just rent scooters at really good prices. And then to go back to Cebu City before our flight out of Cebu and back to Singapore within the week, we got a fast ferry for about 450 pesos. Hope this video kind of showed you how we did it and maybe gives you a guide that if you're looking to travel here, you know, you got a little reference point. So yeah, basically that's it. You can use this video as a little guide on how you could try and travel a bit of the Philippines. This only covers a little glimpse of it. There's plenty of other videos on YouTube as well showing really cool parts of Philippines and how to travel there. But yeah, as always, I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you didn't, please let me know. If you did, do let me know as well. And do me a favor, leave a like, leave a comment, and of course, you know, if you want to see more videos, why not subscribe? Okie doke. Peace out, my dudes.